Hi guys, this is Pestily and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. In this video, I'm going to talk about how today I searched 103 safes, consecutively collected all their data, and then I've put it all in tables. I've done all the math to find out how much money you can make from safes and what items you're going to find overall. So guys, without further ado, let's crack straight into it. So the way I did today's experiment was I actually went into Shoreline and did my normal loot run, but I actually took the time to go a specific way and find certain safes. Now in Shoreline, there's a total of 11 safes. There's 3 in the actual resort, 4 in the cottage area, 3 down at the pier and gas station, and there's 1 in the radar tower. Now I didn't actually loot the gas station and pier ones. I did it all the ones that were on my normal route. And I got all the data from that. So each time I looted the safe, I took a screenshot and then I chucked it all into a spreadsheet. Now, you might say there's, what are the 3 safes in the resort? Well, they actually all require keys in the resort. There's the Health Resort Management Office safe key, the Health Resort Warehouse safe key. These 2 are the ones in the admin building at the back, in the back 2 little rooms. They require a key to unlock. And so I bought those keys to be able to test that. Also on the west wing on the 3rd floor, there's a locked safe, and I looted that one as well. Now down by the cottages, there is 2 keys to get into one of the cottages. One to get inside the actual cottage, which gives you access to one safe, that is the cottage key. And then there's the cottage safe key to get into the second safe within the cottage. So in total, you technically need 5 keys, but only 4 of them are actually specifically for the safes. Now, I've spoken to the wiki guys and I've known this has been pretty common knowledge for a while, but safes have the exact same loot table, whether they're locked or unlocked. So starting off with the money, over the 103 safes that I looted, 83 of them had rubles in them. 14 of them had euros in them, and then 21 had dollars. So basing off a percentage, around 80% of the time you're going to find rubles, 14% time find euros, and then 20 to 21% dollars. So you can pretty much say that 81% of the time there's going to be cash in the safe. Now there were a few occasions that there actually were items in the safe without cash, and overall a safe would be empty around the 14% mark, 13.5% mark. I just want to make sure it's clear here, this is only 103 safes. Really, to get a proper amount of safes to get the information correct over this, you'd probably need the data of a good few thousand. I'm sure people can data mine the actual proper numbers for each of these items, but I just want to do a bit of a case study just to see how it actually looks if you did 103 consecutive saves. Now, when it comes to other items, I found 4 vases, 2 teapots, 11 horses, 3 cats. I didn't find a single clock, which I found quite surprising. There was 1 lion, 11 chainlets. Chainlets were off tap, as well as with the horses. 3 gold chains, 1 roller, and 1 Bitcoin. And of all those times, 14 of them were completely empty. Now, I did all the numbers, I crunched all the data, and I worked out if you were to loot all these saves and put all the money and all the items into a little pile and try and work out the value of actually how the average safe looks, it would look something like this. If the safe had rubles in it, it was around 2,800 rubles. If it has euros in it, it would have around 75 euros, and if it had dollars in it, it'd be around $80. So you can pretty much say that if it had any sort of cash in it, you'd be looking at around 3 stacks of rubles. If it had dollars in it, it'd be 1 stack of dollars, and if it had euros in it, on average, it'd be the same, 1 stack. Now, moving over to the item sides of things, I worked out the value of each item by having one of the items in my inventory and then going to how much would I be able to sell it to for therapists. Now, I know Bitcoins are selling for a lot more on the flea market. I think the therapist value is around the 83,000 mark. The flea market's around the 110 mark. So with that, you probably could sell them for a little bit more on the flea market, but overall, the rest of the numbers are pretty accurate. The flea market is not really upscaling the price of items at the moment. So what I actually did was I added up the total value of all the items that I found, all the cash that I found, and then found the total value of all the safes, and then divided it by the 103 safes that I looted. And on average, if you were to loot a safe, it would be around 14,057 rubles worth of value. So the question I ask is this sitting in a good spot for looting safes? Now, you probably wouldn't be able to just focus on farming safes to make value. If you were to farm, say, 8 of the 11 safes in Shoreline, and just focus on looting the safes, you would probably make around about 110 to 120,000 rubles. Now, over a raid, that's probably not really that good when you think about it, because you go into the resort, you could loot any specific type of items there and actually make a fair bit of value in just one particular room, like 310, 222, or 226, all those high loot areas. As well as that, you could go kill some scavs, get their guns, and make value that way. So the question I ask is really, is safes sitting in a particular spot where the value is worth going out of your way to loot them? And I'd probably say if you're going past it, yes, they're worth looting, but you're playing a bit of RNG with the RNG gods, and see how you go with making a good value safe compared to a non-valued one. I think there would be a really simple remedy to actually making safes a little bit more exciting and valuable, because whilst I only had a small amount of safe collections, say 103, I think if you were to actually just have the chance of having a bigger stack of rubles in a safe, it would actually make it feel like it's got a lot more value. Now, I think there was a few times I actually got 2 stacks of euros or 2 stacks of dollars in a safe, and if you average it on the 75 mark for each of these stacks of cash, I got $150 or 150 euros. Now you times that by the value of it, that's actually around 15 to 20,000 worth of rubles if you were to convert it straight across. And I feel like the safes should have a bit of a chance to actually have a bigger stack of rubles. Now, I'm not saying make it, 100,000 rubles, which would be pretty cool to actually have 100,000 ruble stacks in a safe, but only a very small chance. But even if you just had a chance of having like a 10,000, a 15, or a 20, I think it would just give that little bit of oomph to actually going and saying, oh, there's a safe in the cottages, we should go check that out. Particularly also with Shoreline, there are safes outside of the resort, and it would push people to go towards the cottages and the pier and the radar tower to go check out those safes, and also give that little bit more value to the keys from within the resort. So guys, this was actually a lot of fun today. It was a very chilled stream. I spent like 8 hours just running laps of Shoreline looting, but spending most of the time just talking to chat. So it was a really actually enjoyable day. It was really chilled. But guys, hopefully you find some of this information viable and helpful. I do think safes are still worth looting. I just don't think it's worth going way out of your way for it. If you're running past one, definitely loot it. But overall, I probably wouldn't be spending big dollars on the safe keys for the resort. I think I only paid like 200,000 to 300,000 for a key. Please, guys, if they've gone up there for some reason after this video for like 1 million rubles, don't waste your time. It is not worth the money. I know I've put out a few videos recently, and key values have shot up in the rooms I've spoken about. Guys, don't waste your money. So guys, I'm going to finish this one up there. Thanks for watching another video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for future content. I do stream on Twitch 6 days to 7 days a week. I actually am heading up to Sydney this weekend for IEM, the Intel Extreme Masters Esports Championship competition thingy-me-jiggy. So if you guys are heading up into Sydney for that, be sure to say g'day. But yeah, any Tarkov questions, feel free to hit me up on a live stream or down in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about this. I'm actually interested in doing this for some other items or other things, like maybe I'll do some filing cabinets or that, just to see what you guys like, if you do like it. But finally, guys, I'll see you next time. TNT. Oi! 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 I'm dynamite. TNT. And I win the fight.